107.5 WBLS, your number one source for R&B.
107.5 WBLS, having a ball with my brother Johnny Gill in studio. Man, tonight, I guess you could say this one's for you. Tonight, it goes down at the Prudential Center.
That's right.
It's been a minute since we got to see all Johnny. You know, for an entire, hour almost?
An evening where we just going to have, I'm in 30, 35 minutes, somewhere around there. So I'm like, bap, 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 bap. We get right straight to the point.
Right.
There's no warming up. I go right straight to the gusto. Get to the gusto.
You go. You know what? Talking about getting to the gusto, that new edition biopic got to the gusto.
Oh, my goodness.
I think, I don't care what age you are, and I grew up with you all, there were things that I didn't know that I learned by watching the biopic. For instance, I didn't know that you were to replace Ralph. What did you learn by watching the biopic? Because I'm sure there's probably maybe some things that weren't discussed that you found out by watching.
No, we all sat around and we talked about our story. We talked about our journey. We talked about everything when they was putting together the script. So we laid everything out there, everything, and it was a healing process for us to some degree too, because we were sitting in a room for a couple of days, going down stories after stories and the things that happened where they were going, wait a minute, but I thought you told this person, nah, you know what? When I told him this, and so we're sitting here as we're talking.
You're learning things.
And going, get out of here.
Okay.
So it was but it was a great time for us to spend, and then watching the movie itself. Someone was on the set every day, Brooke Payne and Michael and the other guys, because I was in D.C. with my mom. And
how's your mom doing?
She's hanging in there. So it's been an up and down journey, but we're hanging in there.
Well, we're gonna pray for her.
And she's still here, so God is wonderful. And
Thank God.
Taking every day in. So But,
so how much did you have to do with the portrayal of Johnny, or did you just sit back and watch him do his thing?
This is a true testament to how talented Luke is. Luke James, we sat down once and talked, and then he called me a few times to ask me some questions about some things that he wanted to know. But Luke didn't spend a lot of time around me, and to watch him capture the essence of Johnny, and we knew he could sing.
Yeah.
But to watch him take this role seriously, and he did his homework, and it's like sitting there watching. Me and him talked even just a couple of nights ago. I just told him again. I'm just like, man, yo, son, you nailed it. I'm like, you nailed it, and it's like it was.
I kind of thought they overdubbed a few of your riffs, because I was like, if anybody can get those riffs the way Johnny can get them, it's brilliant.
Yeah, he's such a great talent, and that's why I told him.
Amazing.
I'm proud. He said, man, I was just so honored. He said, they asked me about to go out for the role for Bobby, between Bobby and you, and I was just like, no. He says, man, I could relate to your story. I could relate to you in so many ways.
Wow.
So, it was really great that he got the opportunity to do it. So.
Yeah, and everything good with Stacy?
I heard so much stuff that was going on, and then, can a brother be happy? Can you just allow me to enjoy my time?
Thank you.
My journey is not your journey. My truth might not necessarily be your truth. You don't have to necessarily agree with it.
Right.
But when you're writing doing a movie, they talk about your journey. They talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Right.
That's what makes the movie. And then when
this is your story.
And this is my
right.
story.
When it's time for other people to tell their story, they tell it how they want.
I just found that, it felt a bit disrespectful in the sense that this was not about making anybody look bad. We talked about, this was my truth. And talking about the fact of us being, when we dated, and we were just kids, and how we spent so much time around each other, and then how I was told from the president to my old manager to a couple of people, well, this is what it was, and why she didn't really necessarily agree with you guys dating. So, okay, that's a part of it, but it wasn't done to try to make her look bad. This was just a part of my journey.
Right. And it was just one line in the movie that,
so it really,
in a movie that was 3 nights long, so, but what I have enjoyed, I got to tell you, I thought you were the perfect combination as far as talents meeting back then. But not only that, I was in love with you since Half Crazy. And I always wonder how come we never get to hear Half Crazy. Do you ever do that in concert?
Yeah, but I took it out of this particular set.
Did you?
When I'm out doing just my own headlining gigs.
Right.
Half Crazy, where do we go from here? Perfect Combination. The list goes on. So I put them back in. It was crazy because when I realized how much time we had here on this on the tour here, it was crazy because I'm sitting there going through the catalog going, okay, we're not going to be able to get this one. We can't get this one in. I kept sitting there going, Jesus Christ, because we was just going through the catalog, and I'm going, all of these.
But you know what? You're just going to be banging out hits.
But
that's exactly what it's going to be.
Get right into it and get right to it.
Right.
So,
well, we'll save my half crazy for my half crazy butt somewhere else. Now, of course, you know, when Michael Bivins and BBD were here, they put out a challenge to you. So we're going to have to make good on the challenge.
Oh, my God.
And I'm going to play a little clip here, and all you got to do is pick it up where they left off. Are you ready?
Man. Okay.
Johnny Gill finishes the lyric. Let's take a listen.
I can't be late. Hey, the girl's gonna do me. Move to the jacuzzi.
Ow!
Ooh,
Ow!
Smack it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh no!
He passed. Now
Take that,
what?
Michael Bivins.
There.
Take that.
Take that, baby. Take that. All right, so what we're going to do right now, throw out some trivia for the biggest Johnny Gill fan. You ask the question, and what's going to happen, we're going to take the calls and see if we can get an answer, and that person will be in the front row tonight at the Prudential Center. So what could you ask?
What could I ask?
That you think they would know?
That they would know? There was a group that was called Boyz II Men, and they got their name from a song that we did. What album was that?
What album was Boyz II Men on?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. 212-545-1075. Call us up. We're going to put you right in the front row. He won't be singing slap it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh, no. But if you put on your red dress, he just may see you in that front row. All right? So Johnny Gill says, what album, New Edition album, did Boyz II Men appear on? All right? 212-545-1075. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Come back when you do finish that New Edition project.
Absolutely.
And I'm hoping that you're riding out on this wave of this album for another 2 years.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I told everyone, I'm trying to lead by example. Great music never dies. People enjoy it and going to be hungry, and they don't look and listen to songs based on the dates. It's just, if it's great music, let's get it out there.
That's right, and that's what you've done.
Yes.
And thank you for staying true to the music.
Thank you.
Johnny Gill, everybody. It's 107.5 WBLS.